The money that the network have to spend on the show is just that much bigger. I mean, the pilot cost a crazy amount of money, the amount of money that most, independent films spend, and that was just for 1 hour.
Even the extras ended up costing a fortune.
Training the kangaroo was harder than they anticipated, and they couldn't get the kangaroo to do anything without the kangaroo handler walking the kangaroo through it, so they literally had to go through and digitally remove the kangaroo handler for all of the scenes in the pilot with it, which made what was supposed to be just kind of a throwaway gag one of the more expensive shots in the show.
There's a glossiness and a polish to it, and the sort of scale of it that's really amazing, the filmic, I think.
Well, they've obviously put millions and millions of dollars into this production, and it looks like it as well, From the opening episode, it could have been Die Hard or Independence Day, or one of those really big-budget Hollywood movies.
I think in the last several years, the production value of television was as high as it's ever been. But underlying that was the quality of writing. If writers and producers and directors see that there's a lot of money and time and effort being put into TV, then they're going to come across from Hollywood and start working in TV. So that's got to be good for TV, because it's just going to keep getting better.
I think there's still some snobbery toward TV, but I do think that certain programs that have moved into the zeitgeist, and you can talk about shows like The West Wing or The Sopranos, which really blurred the line between what you could do in television and what you could do in features, made working in television, it removed some of the stigma from working in television.
You get to move things along a bit more quickly in television, and in some ways that's more satisfying. I mean, some of the moves I've made in the last few years have been big and expensive and spectacular, but boy, they take a long time to do, and sometimes a sequence can take months.
No such luxury with FlashForward, where they're having to produce an incredible 24 hours of television in 9 months.
We're shooting 2 episodes at a time, which is can be very challenging for all of us to keep track of. Okay, we're in Hong Kong now? Oh, no, this one, is this where we go to Afghanistan? Okay, got it.
And it's not just the special effects that are A-list. FlashForward features a truly stellar cast.
Well, I think it's happening quite a lot in America now, that a lot of what we would call Hollywood actors are appearing in TV shows.
The cast plucked from around the world is exemplary.
Indeed it is. They've come from such far-flung places as Salisbury, Suffolk, London, and Stockport.
The Brits have completely outnumbered the Americans in this show. It's almost embarrassing. I keep waiting for, immigration to come and wheel us all home again.
Joseph Fiennes, Jack Davenport, and Sonia Walger are all flying the flag for Britain.
And then you've got the little guy from Lost. What's his name? Dominic Monaghan, isn't it? The little guy with the big ears from Lost, yeah.
Even Brian O'Byrne was born in Ireland, so we'll count him in as well.
We have loads and loads of British actors over there doing a really good job. It's brilliant.
We sit and drink tea and hang out and talk about football. The boys talk about footy. I look bored but pretend to be interested.
Well, I think after the success of Hugh Laurie in House, obviously American TV companies just think, right, well, that works.
As with anything in television, nothing breeds imitation like success, and the tremendous success that Hugh Laurie has enjoyed on House, I'm sure, has emboldened people to say that's obviously a way we can go.
Let's have a look in England, see if we can find any other actors who can do a half-decent American accent and give them a job.
Well, thanks for the support.
I think Joe does a terrific American accent, given that he's, just got off the boat and started working.
Most famous up to now for playing Shakespeare in Love, the role of an FBI agent is something of a departure for Joseph, Alberic, Twistleton, Wickham, Fiennes, the 8th cousin of Prince Charles.
What does this have to do with anything?
Jay, that's why he got the job then.
Oh, give it a rest.
Whenever he's chasing someone, just shouts FBI all the time.
Stop! FBI! Stay where you are!
And it's like he's expecting the criminals to just stop and go, oh yeah, fair enough, mate, fair cop.
I think he looks better as an FBI agent than he does in hose and doublets and things. I quite like a costume drama, but if given a choice between a costume drama and Perhaps the World Will Explode, I'll probably go for the latter.
Sonia Walger, though, has had some help with her accent. She's lived in LA for the past 8 years and is married to an American.
And my husband laughs when I try and do an American accent at home. He thinks I sound like... He says, you just dropped 20 IQ points. I don't know why. You sound so stupid when you talk with an American accent.
If you're a British actor in FlashForward and you're faking an American accent, then you're probably a goodie. But if you've got a British accent, then you're quite clearly a baddie.
Whilst Mark is definitely a goodie, Jack Davenport plays Lloyd Simcoe, who looks like he might be a baddie. Not only is he somehow involved in what caused the flash forward,
Our experiment killed 20 million people, Simon.
but he also appears to be having an affair with Mark's wife. Or is he?
Well, not necessarily. That's the other thing about the show is that is about fate and determinism. I mean, if you see it, does it have to happen? That's one of the big questions of the show.
Trick or treat! One of the biggest questions of all is whether Olivia betrays her loving husband.
I have no idea who Olivia's going to end up with. I don't know if she's, stays happily married, if she ends up in the arms of this, weird bloke in the hospital. I don't know.
And as we now know, that very same man is in cahoots with another Englishman, an evil genius called Simon.
Yep.
No, not that one.
Now that we're responsible for the single greatest disaster in human history.
I play a guy called Simon, one of the smartest minds in the Western world that is alive at this point. He's very unruffled, he doesn't feel emotion. He's kind of obsessive-compulsive, he likes to be clean all the time, doesn't really interact very well with human beings, he has no sense of tact or decorum or the right thing to do, the correct way to behave.
Hang on, are you sure it's not Simon Cowell?
He doesn't like to be touched or manhandled or, he likes to be in control all the time. Drives a very, very fast car.
Oh, sounds just like him to me.
There's quite a tradition of having British guys playing the bad guy in American TV and American movies. You look at Alan Rickman in Die Hard, the bad guy, but he's not American because they don't like Americans being nasty for some reason.
Bad Britain, and then good, plucky American.
Which brings us to FBI agent Dimitri No, a man who, worryingly for him, didn't have a flash forward at all. Ooh.
He sees blackness, so we're not sure whether he's conscious or not, whether he's sleeping, whether he's dead.
Everybody saw something. Everybody had some kind of a vision. I didn't see a damn thing, Mark.
I think he needs to cheer up a bit, because having looked at his fiancée, he is punching way above his weight. I think just 6 months of that is enough to put a smile on his face.
I got a couple theories from friends. One is that he's lying and that he's the evil mastermind and caused the blackout. He's behind the whole thing, which seems far-fetched to me. Someone else said he's been blinded.
Or could there be another explanation?
That's okay, I know what a bong is.
Apparently so. John Cho's biggest role pre-Flash Forward saw him giving a cult movie masterclass, displaying his acting versatility with a convincing portrayal of a pothead.